So, after playing a good 2 hours of this Kirby game that I can't remember the name of, it is Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Based on Donkey's recommendation, I'd say it's a solid game. It feels like a Kirby in the Forgotten title. 7, maybe like a 7 out of a 10 so far. I always feel bad when you give a lower kind of score because you know that this took a lot of work. There is a lot of love put into it, but I feel like switching to 3D and trying to copy the format of Super Mario 3D World with this semi-open 3D but in a guided course setting, and then taking the morphing abilities from Mario Odyssey, which Mario Odyssey didn't create, of course, but it's very similar. It feels like it's not. It's lost what made the original Kirby games really interesting. Where the original Kirby games felt like they were just they're just like pretty wild. You know, they would do anything. They would just drastically switch course, and it sort of felt like they were very unpredictable and they were very funny. They were like a parody or a satire of a platformer, and they would always come out near the end of a console's life and then look old, but it wasn't about that. It was the ultimate in not trying to be impressive. It was kind of like how Nintendo games are now, but back then, because I mean back then Super Nintendo games used to be the cutting edge of visuals, and it's only now that Nintendo is kind of, well, the Wii and the Wii U and the Switch have embraced lower quality of visuals in terms of like raw power and gone for gameplay. Horky, that's a really good point. It feels like the game was entirely developed remotely during COVID. It does feel like things don't quite line up. Like it's totally fine, but I just don't feel like a big motivation to keep going and keep going. Playing with you guys in the chat was more of a, I think it was more like it was a decent hangout game, and you can play it 2 players, and I haven't tried that, but I'm a little disappointed in it. I feel like it's lost the interesting things that Kirby did in the older games, and because it's going for this more of a modern Mario feel, but it's not as good as Mario. There were a lot of times when I was playing this where I kept thinking, oh, I wish I was playing Pikmin, or I wish I was playing Mario Odyssey, or Breath of the Wild, or The Last of Us, or all the other games that it reminds me of, or Zelda. And we've gotten through sort of the tutorial stages, and that last one was a little more challenging and it was a bit more fun. Maybe it's just had a really slow start. Like, I'll try it again tomorrow or maybe tonight and try to push through and see if the stages get a bit more challenging. Main story's only 10 hours. Right, so we have maybe about 8 hours to go. So if the other ones start getting really challenging, could be a little better. 15.5 for main and extras. I'm not really an extras guy. There are a lot of that makes about sense. Another 50% longer to go back into every level. Maybe, for somebody like me who likes a good, solid, tight mainline quest, like a Ratchet and Clank style, and doesn't care about going back and getting extras, maybe I'm not getting that extra 50% that this game is going to give you. Where for people that love collecting and finding secrets and retreading levels, you might get more mileage out of this than me. But so far, I think it's a decent platforming romp that is quite enjoyable to be in the world. But I think I'd rather play, like I said, Mario Odyssey or Donkey Kong Tropical Breeze, or try all the other platformers out there like Shantae and the Magic Genie series, or A Hat in Time or something. So I'll try it again, but I'd say so far I'm putting it at a 7. If you're looking for a bright, colorful platformer and you like collecting and finding secrets, go play Kirby Superstars for the SNES.